In this video, we'll try to understand why is the rupee depreciating. Firstly, let's understand what drives exchange rates. Now, exchange rates in very simple terms is the price of a currency. Now, what drives the price of any commodity? That is the demand and supply forces. So if there is a loaf of bread and the demand really is more than supply, then the price of that bread would increase. Similarly, if the demand is less, there are no buyers for the thing, the price of that commodity will fall. So a similar concept can be applied on currency as well. So if let us say money is coming into any country. So money is coming into India. So in India, money can be invested only in Indian rupees. So which means if more money comes into India, the demand for Indian currency is effectively increasing, which means the rupee becomes stronger, which in technical terms means that the rupee is appreciating. So again, to just clarify this once again, if let us say the money goes into US, which means in US you cannot invest in INR, you will need dollars to invest in US. Let us say you want to invest in US properties, US shares, whatever, you need USD. So for that, the demand for USD would increase and the dollar would appreciate, or as they say, get strengthened. So what are the factors which drive exchange rates? They can be global and local factors. So what are global factors? Global factors are those which do not depend upon your country per se. So even if the Indian economy, let us say, is doing very well, but the global the global world, there is a recession, or let us say the US is doing even better than India. In that case, money instead of coming into India might go to US. So this is a global factor which will affect the exchange rate. Similarly, policy actions. Even if in India we have no change at all, but let us say the US Federal Reserve increases the interest rates. Now what will happen? If the US rates are increased, for every dollar invested in US, people will get more return. Interest rate is basically return on the investment that is done in any country. So because people are getting more return and US is considered to be a safer destination, people will tend to invest more in US, which again means that the USD will get strengthened or appreciated. Similarly, there are local factors. Local factors would be your own export performance. Now, how does export performance affect exchange rates? If India is exporting more than it is importing, let us say China for this example, China exports more than it imports, which means when they export, they get dollars. So what is happening is there are more dollars in the Chinese economy than there are yuans. So which means that the Chinese yuan actually gets appreciated, because eventually when the dollars come into China, they will get converted into Chinese currency. So the Chinese currency is in a higher demand, because of which the currency appreciates. So this is a basic principle. Whenever any money, whether through exports or whether through investments, comes into an economy, the currency of that economy appreciates. Similarly, obviously the counterpart is that if the imports increase means that money is effectively going out of your economy, your currency would depreciate. And like I said, similarly for capital flows. So now, as far as currency fluctuations are concerned, what can any central bank do? What is the policy spectrum? On this slide, you can see that towards the left of the spectrum is an hands-off approach.